We are here to interview Brice about questions regarding his fiance, Mindy. Question number one. What would be Mindy's dream role in a musical?
Um, I know she loves the musical Something Rotten. I don't know the name of the lead girl in that. I'm trying. I'm trying to remember. There's a musical that she mentioned. I want to say Ada Annie in Oklahoma. I don't know. I think there's another Annie musical that she said she liked. Another Annie musical she said she liked. I don't really remember, but I think one of those three.
Okay. Question number two. What are the names of the three dogs that live at Mindy's house?
One of them's Cherry. One of them's Daisy. And one of them's one of the puppies. Is it? I think it's King. I think that's the name. So Cherry, Daisy, King is what I'll go with.
Okay. Number three. Mindy used to think that if she never married, she would eventually become a what?
She'd become an old cat lady. A lady that has a lot of cats.
Okay. Number four. What place are you looking forward to seeing the most on your honeymoon?
So we're going to New York, and then we're going on a cruise for our honeymoon. I know she loves New York, and I know she was cruising, but I'm gonna say New York because I would love to see Mindy kind of more in her element out there. So.
Okay, number five. When it comes to shoes, does Mindy prefer heels, flats, sandals, or sneakers?
Oh, heels.
Okay.
I'm gonna say heels. I know she loves heels if it's a dressy occasion. I think she would probably prefer flats if she's like dancing or something, or like dancing shoes. If it's not for like a really fancy occasion. Because I know she loves wearing heels and stuff when we go out to dinner on a date and stuff, so.
How many pieces of luggage will Mindy take on her honeymoon?
Hey. I'm gonna say three. I'm gonna say three.
Okay. Number seven. What is Mindy's favorite store?
Favorite store. I mean, most of the time when she's shopping for like gifts or something, she's shopping at Amazon. But I know she also loves the dollar store. So, and then hubby's close to her, so she usually gets groceries there. So, one of those three.
Okay. What Disney princess does Mindy mostly remind you of?
She's better than any Disney princess, but trying to think. Maybe Ariel, except Mindy's voice is more of a low alto and Ariel's more of a high soprano. But as far as overall, probably Ariel from Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Although I know she has played Elsa before, so one of those two I'd probably say Ariel first.
What three things do you love most about Mindy?
Oh man, I have to pick just three. I'll go with, I love that she loves Jesus and people so well. I love the way that she the way that she's diligent and hardworking with everything, but especially in her jobs that she loves. And I love that I love the way that she constantly exudes joy. So those are probably my three favorite things.
That's great. What advice would you give a new dating couple based on your relationship?
Probably three things. The first is make sure you follow Jesus before you date somebody. Make sure you follow Jesus well. Make sure you know him well. The second thing is don't feel like you have to rush anything, whether it's talking, getting to know them, even small things, like somewhat smaller things like when to hold hands or even things like kissing, things like that. Don't feel like you have to rush anything. So make sure you show some patience whenever you can. And then 3, don't be fearful. Jump right in. Jump right into it. Not in the sense of rushing into things, but don't be afraid to take the next steps. So.
Okay, good. What is Mindy's love language?
Mindy is definitely a gifts person, both giving and receiving, and her next biggest one to that is acts of service. So.
That's good. What do you think is the craziest thing on Mindy's bucket list? What she wants to do before she dies? Craziest thing on Mindy's bucket list.
I mean, the craziest thing that comes to mind right away is kind of what we're doing now with planning a wedding musical. So,
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's just, it certainly wouldn't be the first thing that I would think of. So,
that's good. If Mindy could have one superpower, what would she choose?
Either the ability to replicate herself or the ability or super speed, because she's really, really productive and she would want either the extra bodies or the extra time to be even more productive than she already is. So I would say those things.
Okay. If you could travel anywhere overseas together, where would you and Mindy want to go? And this would be after you're married.
I'd say definitely Europe, in the UK, England, Ireland. Maybe Israel, but definitely Europe. Rome, Italy, and France, Paris, London. And mostly Western Europe, sort of that kind of area.
Okay, good. Number 15. If money and time were no object, what would you plan for a fun date with Mindy?
Ooh. I would start with meeting her late morning and then maybe making a picnic lunch together, and then we'd fly to New York for a week and see as many shows as she wanted, and then we'd go on a cruise after that, on the longest cruise that we could possibly get. So
that's some date.
Yeah.
Very good. Who was Mindy's celebrity crush when she was a teenager?
I'm gonna guess some Broadway star. The only name that comes to mind is Hugh Jackman. I'm not sure if that's right, but
Okay.
maybe.
Mindy loves watching blank on TV, but she would like blank to be taken off.
One, Mindy's not a big TV watcher. I do know she does like watching The Bachelor on TV with her mom. What would she want taken off? Any sort of horror genre taken off, I think. So that's what I'll go with. Horror. Scary stuff.
Okay, good. 18. If Mindy stumbled upon a genie lamp, what would be her first wish besides more wishes?
Probably paying off something related to IP, I think. Whether it's making sure that you have enough money to pay off the sprinkler system, or repaying her dad for helping her out with getting a building for her initially for IP, or getting a dream role in one of her many shows that she loves. She would probably ask for one of those things.
Okay. Name 5 shows Mindy has seen on Broadway.
She has seen The Lion King, she has seen Aladdin, she has seen Wicked, she has seen Something Rotten, and she has seen The Play That Goes Wrong.
Good.
I'm going to go with this 5.
All right. To your best guess, how many musicals has Mindy either performed in or directed or choreographed?
I'll say the conservative number is 160, and on the high end, 200 or more. So somewhere in that range.
Good. And the last question I have is, within 5, how many pairs of shoes do you believe Mindy owns?
I'm going to guess 70 plus.
Hi, Mindy. We have interviewed Brice already and given him a list of questions, not necessarily the same ones that we're giving you.
Okay.
But we just have 21 questions. We want you to give an answer the best you can and see if Brice would be able to pick the same answers.
Okay.
All right. Number 1. What band, past or present, would Brice most like to be a drummer for?
I would say he loves like worship music. Like, so I think he really enjoys like Hillsong. He also really likes just some of the other cool Christian artists. I would probably say like Matthew West or Jeremy Camp, but probably I would say Hillsong, like if you had to choose like one. So I don't know.
Okay. Good answer. Number 2. What is Brice's favorite Bible story?
I think it would probably be Bible story. I mean, he loves the Gospels, and so I feel like it would probably be something. Oh, he also loves to eat, so it'd probably be Jesus feeding everybody feeding the 5,000 with the loaves and the fishes. But I need to ask him because I don't actually know. But I do think it would probably be that one.
Okay. What household chore does Brice hate to do the most?
He doesn't like doing dishes. He does them. Oh, he really hates lawn mowing. You know, I made it clear that like when we get our new house, that's going to be his job. But he was like, "Oh, I'm not excited about that." And I'm like, "Yep, that'll be your job." So yeah, probably mowing the lawn, I would say.
Okay. If you could choose a cologne for Brice to wear, what would it be?
I don't know many men's colognes. There is one called Rue 21 that I really like, but I only know that one because Jackson likes that one. And I don't know when he smells. Old Spice smells good, like the deodorant. But I also just really love the smell of like vanilla and brownies and cookies. So if you could just walk around smelling like that all the time, that'd be sweet.
Okay, number 5. What is Brice's favorite store to shop at?
He doesn't shop much, and he'll say that. He actually probably shops the most at Target because it's right next to his house, but probably for deals. Oh, Aldi's. It's Aldi's. It's Aldi's. He shops at Aldi's for like all of his groceries. He's absolutely an Aldi's person. But if it was like, you know, other stuff, he'd probably go to Walmart. But Target for convenience.
Okay. What Disney prince does Brice remind you of?
Aladdin.
And why?
Because he has dark hair and dark eyes, and that's also, I think, his favorite Disney prince. And yeah, I don't really think of myself as a Jasmine, but he has created a whole new world for me.
Oh. Number 7. What 3 things do you love the most about Brice?
Oh, man. I love so many things about Brice. I love that. I feel like this one's a cop-out, but he knows it's true. I love that he's a Christian and that we feel the same way about, you know, we follow the Lord, because it's just in my line of history, I liked so many guys that I was like, oh, but I can actually like them because they don't have my faith. And so it was just nice to meet a guy who was a Christian. So that would be the first one. And then I love his servant heart. He's so willing to do things for other people, and especially me. Like, he just serves me so well, and he's always able to, you know, just if I ask him to do anything, he's like, of course, yeah. And he's that's servant heart's incredible. And I also love, probably number 3 would be that he's so open about his feelings and his, like, he's so expressive of his love for me and for people in his family. Like, he's never made me question if he likes me or if he thinks I'm attractive or if he loves me that day. Like, he's so willing to tell me that all the time. And he's also, and at number 4, I just love that he's so close to his family and that he loves my family so much. Like, the way he gets along with my family and the way they love him is just awesome, because it'd be really hard if they didn't like him, but everybody gets along great. And I can joke around with his family now. He can joke around with my family now. So that's a huge bonus.
Good. Number 8. What advice would you give a newly dating couple based on your relationship?
Never underestimate the power of a compliment. That's exactly what I would say. Because compliments are the reason why we're interested in each other. I would not have noticed Brice, sorry, except that he one day told me that I was unbelievably attractive based off this Facebook post I had. And then the reason why he ended up like writing me back was one day I said, "Happy birthday, handsome man," and because I had said the word handsome, that made him like go, And so I feel like us complimenting each other really just got the ball rolling. So I feel like that's the motto of our relationship, is never underestimate the power of a compliment.
Okay. What is Brice's love language?
Physical touch. No question. And then quality time, but physical touch.
Okay. What is the first thing Brice does after waking up in the morning?
Well, I've never woken up next to him, but he always sends me a good morning text. And it's usually something like, "Good morning, my beautiful bride-to-be. I love you so much and miss you. I hope you have a wonderful day." It's always something along those lines. It's really sweet. Every morning. He hasn't missed a morning or an evening since I asked him to do that when we first started dating. I was like, "Can you send me a good morning and a good night text?" He was like, "Okay." That was over a year ago. He's never missed a night or a day. Yeah,
Good.
pretty cool.
What is Brice's biggest pet peeve?
He's so easygoing. It's like hard to answer this one. He's always so like, "Okay, that's fine. I'll go with the flow," which I love about him. Biggest pet peeve. Oh, okay, it is really annoying for him when, like, a lot of times, things that, okay, so he's a basketball coach, and games will get canceled, and then they tell him last minute, and he has to tell all the families, or, like, they'll show up to practice, and they're like, "Oh, the gym's not available, sorry," and he has to, like, go out and tell all the families, like, "I'm sorry," and it makes him look bad when it wasn't his control. I know that's a super huge pet peeve, because it's, like, something that's affecting, like, him being in charge, and I just like that'd be so annoying to deal with, so I think it's probably not his answer, but that's what I would say. No problem. You'll probably go, "Oh, right, that is really annoying." But I'm sure that wasn't what he said.
If you could travel anywhere overseas after you're married, where would Brice probably want to go?
I feel like Brice would want to go It's funny because I've asked him this before, and he was like, anywhere if it's with you. And I was like, I feel like maybe he'd want to go to London, but maybe that's just because he knows I love London. Maybe Australia. Yeah, I know that I want to go to Ireland, so I wonder if, like, he said that. Because I don't know if he remembers that I wanted to go there. But he's not as picky as I am about where we go, so yeah, probably one of those places.
Okay,
I just remembered. He wants to go to Israel at some point in his life. I just remembered that. Because I remember when he told me that, I thought, ooh, I'm not excited about that idea. But I would go. He wants to go to Israel, and but we both agreed we'd go if it was like on a tour, like where they were with us the whole time and it was very safe. Not like us just showing up in Israel trying to figure things out. Okay, sorry.
Okay, number 13. Besides his phone, what are the first two things Brice would grab while running from a burning building?
Me. Unless I don't count. Let's see.
Items.
Okay. Not his fiance. He'd probably grab, his cajon, because he likes to play, the cajon, the drums. And he'd probably, like, he's so practical, he'd probably grab his keys. I'm sure there's something else sentimental, but I'm going to go with those two answers.
Okay, number 14. Brice loves watching blank on TV or Netflix, but he would like for blank to be taken off the air.
He likes watching basketball on TV or Netflix, but he would like commercials to be taken off the air.
Okay. Number 15. If Brice stumbled upon a genie lamp, what would be his first wish? And he couldn't ask for more wishes.
He would probably ask for something along the lines of like unlimited wealth so that we wouldn't have any money problems ever. And then it was only one wish. Only one wish.
Go ahead. He said more than one.
Okay. Then he'd probably also want like a really cool basketball job, like where he could like be a coach and get paid for it or something like that. And then I know we'd want to pay off the house. That would probably go with the first one. And then he probably will say something sweet like, oh, and then to make sure I keep Mindy happy or something like that for the rest of her life. But I would, yeah, I don't know. I feel like probably the something along the lines of being able to not have to worry about finances. And then also maybe like being able to make sure that people, sorry, there's a dog. Really, okay. Also something along the lines of like people being able to know the Lord and you know, share the gospel with like a ton of people in a way where they could hear it and understand it.
Okay.
You gonna join me, dog? Okay,
that is her couch.
I know. I'm taking the dog's couch. Okay.
Number 16. What are Brice's top 3 sports in order?
Basketball, football. This is Daisy. Basketball, football, and I'd probably soccer because his brother likes soccer so much, and so he does like to support Evan in soccer. Yeah, I'd probably say that. That's the order.
Okay. Number 17. What is the name of the girls' basketball team that Brice coaches?
Oh, it's something American, like Patriots or, oh, I know their colors are red. I think it's red. Is it red? Oh, the Rockets? No, that was the boys' team last year. Something Americans. I think I'm going to go with Patriots, but I think that's wrong. I don't know if it's right. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I've only been to the 4th of 1 game so far, but I'll go to more. Next question.
Number 18. If Brice wrote a book about your family, what would it be entitled?
About my family?
Yes.
The Crazy Moritz Clan. No, probably he wouldn't say the word crazy. He'd probably say something like, the outgoing, extremely fun, and incredibly cool and eccentric Moritz Clan, or something like that.
Okay. Number 19.
And generous and giving. He likes that too.
When it comes to blank, Brice has no filter.
I think when it comes to like sometimes his frustration with sports, like if they do something wrong, he'd be like, ah, and he'll like yell things out. And he'll kind of yell like at the TV sometimes, or be like, yes, like if it's like. So I think probably just his responding to sports. Yeah.
Okay. Number 20. If Brice could have one superpower, what would he choose?
Well, I would hope Brice would choose the superpower of teleportation, because that's my favorite superpower, and I feel like it'd be like the coolest superpower ever to be able to like teleport anywhere and not have to worry about like driving or flying ever again. But he probably would say something more like flying, because everybody chooses flying.
Okay.
Flying's a cool one too, don't get me wrong. I just think teleportation would be cooler.
21. Last question. What do you think is the craziest thing on Brice's bucket list? What he wants to do before he dies?
Well, I know he wants to go on a cruise, but we're doing that on our honeymoon. So I don't know if that's craziest thing on his bucket list. Oh, it's probably that he wants to go to the National Basketball Museum thing in some place that's kind of up in the northeast area, and see some basketball sports plays. Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Connecticut. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, there's a basketball museum, and we're going to go someday, because he was excited about going to that. And I remember thinking it was somewhat driving distance to New York City, or bus distance, so that we can make that a dual trip of some sort. But yeah, probably to see that would be on his bucket list. And maybe to attend like a super high-up basketball game someday, or maybe attend like a Super Bowl someday. Would be like on his bucket list before he dies. Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Wait. Lastly, Brice, I love you. I'm super excited to marry you. And I'm just excited to start our life together. Thank you.